going to be welcome to, we're going to be enabling, welcome to the AIU online symposium for exponential personal growth. Today's date is February 2nd, 2022. And we're going to be starting here with our first presenter, Yahya Umar Namaje. And this symposium is going to be talking about how we can grow, how we can develop our health, family connections, community connections, our work, our education, our ability to grow in our jobs, in our life, to meet goals, to develop ourselves and everything. So we have a lot of presenters with a lot of ideas. So through the day, we have 8 presenters, and each presenter will give their own ideas on how to grow and develop yourselves. Okay, so let's start with Yahya Umar Namaje. Can you go ahead and activate your microphone? There you are. We can see you. I'm now going to share your presentation. We can see you. Okay, can you see your presentation, Yahya Umar? To share.
Yeah.
Your presentation.
This is not my presentation.
Did you send me another presentation?
No, I didn't send this. This is from Yahya Jabaru.
Oh, so you have almost the same name.
Yes, mine is Yahya Umar Namaje.
This is the presentation that we received from you. Are you able to share your presentation from your computer?
Not at all. As I said, I got the late. So I did not prepare anything. I just said I want to participate just to see how things are done.
Okay. Then in that case, we're going to go to a different presenter here.
Dr. Lambert?
Yes? Dr.
I think it's okay for me now.
Okay,
if
perfect.
There is I could begin.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. I will bring your presentation up.
Okay.
The internet has been very tricky recently.
Yes. Internet is very, very long here. The network is very long here.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for everybody's patience as we get this going.
Are you understand me?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Do you want to share my presentation now?
Yes, 1 second as I bring it up.
Okay.
For some reason, multiple windows, control. Just for some reason, my computer is not wanting to bring up your presentation. Let me go ahead and try this again. Woo, there we go. All right, everybody. Thank you for your patience.
Okay. Thank you, Dr.
There.
Lambert.
Finally. Please, Dr. Konkobo Mathurin, please
Yes,
proceed with your presentation.
Thank you. Morning, everyone. I want to share with you the topic exponential personal growth. And Dr. Lambert, we can follow the follow slides.
Okay.
Follow? Yes.
Right here? Okay, there we go.
The communication plane is the follow. Introduction, self-presentation, principles, characteristics, and the personal experience of exponential growth. And at least the conclusion. Okay. As introduction, we can say that personal exponential growth and development is a transformational process in which improvements are made in your physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, social, and or financial state. Follow?
There we go.
Yes, I can go. Mr. Tyler Zami, a wellness activist and founder of the organic supplement company, Peak Performance, says that setting your mindset daily as soon as you wake up can have lasting cumulative effects. Hello? So, Professor Tal Ben Sahar founded the Happiness Studies Academy with the SPIRE model. The meaning of SPIRE is spiritual, physical, intellectual, relational, emotional, which has been popularized by Harvard University. Follow? These processes are often triggered by an important life event that inspires you to improve and empower yourself by discovering where your full potential lies. Yes. The result is a more satisfying and meaningful life, which is evident in your relationships, place of work, self-image, and self-confidence, as well as your world life. Okay? Now I want to present myself. I want to introduce myself. Yes, I'm Burkinabe, and the Burkina Faso is a country in West Africa without access to the sea, with a population estimate in 2020 at more than 20 million inhabitants. I want to tell participants that we have we lose our government the last week after a coup d'état in French. Yes, the military take the government of our country. I'm Mathurin Pawanesango Konkobo, and I was born in November the 9th of 1971. Okay. In a little village named Samba at Burkina Faso. I'm married with 5 children, 2 2 boys 3 boys and 2, yes, 3 boys and 2, what I say, 2 girls. The 3 one are Evra Tudasida, Rodolphe Wanemanegre, Ulrich Somnom Wendy, and the girls are Angela Ziwen Taure and Ursula Weningida. Here, when we give the name, we had a local name for each child. Okay? My father was died since 1993 and mother in July 2017. Also, I lose my brother in November 2019. But before the death of my father, we have had a bet, because my father promised me teaching job in elementary school in 1990, but I refused his job offer, promising him that I will be a doctor of medicine. Okay. Before going into my own experience, I want to speak about principle of exponential growth. When we want to speak about exponential growth, I retain 3 key words. And the first one is hard work, opportunity, and growing others. And the main principles we can gather when you want to grow exponentially are the follows. Okay. Okay. First effort always fall short. It is the first principle. Okay. The two one is growth sports make people feel acquire in their own skill. Okay. Can go. Help people reflect on their own journey. Okay. Continue. Pulling back is the point where growth stops and circle running begins. Okay. Stagnation is the result of staying the same. And the follows principle are, you can continue. Persistent, irritating concerning the same issues signals stagnation. Okay. People instigate growth. And with people who expect more of you. Okay. Never underestimate the value of irritating people in negative circumstances. Okay. Hold hands and kick back at the same time. And the last one is focus on people who aspire to grow. And there are the main principle we can get when we want to grow exponentially. Now I want to speak a little about characteristics. I don't want to do or to make a mathematics course here, but I want only present the main characteristic of exponential growth with this graphic. Okay. there is a, go on. There is a function. Dr. Edouard, click also. There is a function representative of this graphic. It is the function f the x equal to exponent x. And we have the inputs like x value. When the value of x are increasing, the outputs are growing exponentially. You can see that on the graphic. When you take 0, you can see the appearance of the graphic. And when you have the value 2, 3, or 4, you can see the appearance, the exponential growing of the graphic on this figure. What it means? It means that if someone wants to grow exponentially, he have to raise his self-commitment level. The self-commitment level is running with the value of x. But the self-commitment is a gather of value, intellectual decision, emotional decision, intellectual, social, financial, and others decision in your body to allow you to grow exponentially. When your self-commitment is 0, your exponential growth is very slow. But when this value is increasing, the exponential growing is very, very fast. Now, if someone wants to grow exponentially, he have to be a leader. And to be a leader is a fact, but they impose to someone big challenges. And the challenges I get to this conference are the follows: how we effectiveness, inspire others, developing employees, leading a team, guiding change, managing stakeholders, set goal for yourself and your team. Okay, if you have as a leader this challenge in you and you have gathered all principles, you can now try to grow exponentially. And we can continue, Dr. Edouard. Now, I want to share with the participants my own experience. When you make an active decision to begin your own journey of personal growth and development, you have taken the first step toward a better and brighter future. Okay? Dr. Edouard? Okay, I went to school at October 1978 in a little school named Wemtenga Bay. I got my first certificate in 1984 and the brevet in 1988. Finally, I got my baccalaureate diploma in 1992. Okay, you can go, Dr. Edouard. Yes, in 1992, and I was admitted to Ouagadougou University, the first one in my country at this time. There, I began medicine studies with other students. but I meet several difficulties, and I didn't reach the first level because I lost my father when I must take my homeworks. Okay, you can go. Then I enter in a very big troubles, diseases, and so on and so forth. Okay. I had to give my studies under the shock of my father's death. Okay. Okay, you can continue. So that my boy school friends take me out to Paris in Mantes-la-Jolie region in order to take care of me. And I stayed there during 1 year. They give me all attention. They give me very big visits, travels, excursion, shopping, etc., etc. Okay. Following. Okay. How thinking can make us feel that we are not capable to achieving that is being offered. But, okay, I believe, yes, okay, but I believe that someone who want to reach goals have to create the best conditions of success. Okay. So I galvanized my own psychological, spiritual, to allow to see solution of my problems. Okay. I decided to undertake a trade in art object between my country and Europe area. I succeed to sell them by the helping of my boy school friends in France, Deutschland, and Switzerland during 4 years. Okay. So I tried to put myself on the right track to create events. The event is the bet with my father. Okay. Okay. The bet with my father that I will go to the doctorate of science level. It's the principal bet and the attempt of my life. Okay. You can go, Dr. Edouard. At this moment, I create another trade in Maki restaurant field. Maki restaurant is a place where we can take soda, beer, and some meals. And I create this space in order to have permanently some money to support my life. And then I got also an employment in the National Public Health Laboratory in Burkina Faso in October 23. Okay. Dr. Edouard?
Hello, Dr. Konkobo. Yeah, the next text is up. Ready to go.
When I reached these goals, I decided to return at Ouagadougou University to continue my studies. Okay. There I got successively a technology diploma in agroalimentary field, a license in water and sanitation, and finally a Master of Science in environment. And I don't stay there. Okay. Follows. I got also certificates and in chemical management with the Swedish International Development Agency in Sweden, a lab training at the International Training Center of Turin in Italy, and other certificates in public market system, pension system, research system, leadership, and others. Okay, the following slide. So my life has completely changed for the better, and I got several promotions. I became, respectively, a secretary in charge of investigation of the National Network of Fighting Against Corruption, a secretary in charge of international relations in my trade union organization, the service manager in National Public Health Laboratory, administrator of business operation in retirement service, and administrator of business operation in National Public Health Laboratory. Okay, we can go.
I want to interrupt just a second. We have a question from Bernard Ngulube.
There is a question?
Bernard, are you able to activate your microphone and ask the question? Hello, I am Bernard. I can't get the sound. Can someone help, please? Oh, he's just having trouble with the sound. Okay, please go ahead, Dr. Konkobo.
Dr. Edouard, I want to put him, I can follow? I can continue? Okay.
Yes, please continue.
Okay. As an environmentalist, I'm the inspection and sanitary vigilance service manager and responsible of inspection of all local units of production in Burkina Faso. For all reports and statistics in National Public Health Laboratory, and I contribute to the National Health Information System alongside the authorities of the Minister of Health in my country. Okay. Then I became more excited about life than ever, happier and nicer to have it. It is the reason of an exponential path of the personal growth journey. Okay. At this moment, I looked for an university that could accompany me in my life travel. Thereby, I went to University Ouagadougou, Professor Joseph Izerbo, for an inscription, but my administration refused because I risked giving up my attribution in favor for my studies and research. So I found on the net the information that allowed me to register for AIU. It's the Atlantic International University which allowed me to reach the main goal of my life. Okay. Okay. I got an inscription in the Social and Human Studies School at university, this university at April the 15th, 2015, to pursue my doctorate studies in public health. Okay, click again. Click again for me, please. Okay, now I'm AIU graduate as Doctor of Science, Public Health since October 2020, and the follow ID. This training has increased the capacity of my organization, the National Public Health Laboratory. In health, public health system, with the regard of my multiple participation, yes, in working groups, interdepartmental committees, and my participation in several conferences. Okay. I create a training center in my domains and one association to express the solidarity between women and the youth in Burkina Faso. Okay. Okay. Also, I was proposing to teach in several universities in Burkina Faso during the further year 2022. I will to share my knowledge with young students in Burkina Faso. Okay. Okay. I'm very proud of my exponential growth, and I think there are many things, knowledges and competencies to get and to share with everyone in the world. That's why I will to continue in the research field to increase my knowledges and finally to become professor in public health with AIU and my mentor accompaniment. That's my experience in growing, exponential growing. As conclusion, can continue. I can say that we learn most from the challenges that test our boundaries, value, and awareness on every level. This experience that then it arrives carry with degree of unease that causes us to self-reflect and self-search. It identifies some obstacles or boundaries deep inside of us. Okay. Okay. When we turn this into a learning opportunity, we become connected and enlightened, often enabling others to do the same. Okay. You follow? To do the same. Okay. Our connection and grounding is an influence that creates a better better life yourself, which is experiences by anyone with whom we go in contact. Okay. This influence is powerful. It has a mighty effect and become attractor energy in all our circumstances. Okay. It's essential to trust to the journey and the outcome. When we see a challenge in front of us, ideal is to see the challenge as being another avenue of opportunity and excitement to bring us closer to our self-purpose. Okay. Now I'm very grateful to Atlantic International University for this conference participation and the possibility for me to share my experience with other graduates and students. I wish to be a very big ambassador in Burkina Faso, in West African region. So I wish also to stay at university, at AIU University, to learn the educational system in order to license it in Burkina Faso and to allow me to improve my English. But I'm a very big Frenchman. Thank you all for attention. Thank you, Dr. Edouard.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konkobo Mathurin, for your presentation, your story, the challenges that you overcame, your persistence to reach your goals. Now, we have a question up here from Tamba Benjamin Kamara. Please go ahead. You can activate your microphone. There you go. Go ahead and speak. Let's see if we can hear you. We cannot hear you yet. No, we cannot hear you. Are you able to write your question into chat?
I have a question. I have a question, please. I have a question.
Tamba Benjamin, try to, you can write your question into chat and I'll read it for you. Let's go to Oluruntoba. Please, what is your question?
Hello, Dr. Lambert, I have a question to ask.
Was this Talent Pedro?
Yes. Yes, I have a
Please go
question.
ahead with your question.
I'm not very clear with the obstacles he said he went through. I would have loved him to kindly just briefly explain just about it once more so that I can learn from it.
Dr. Konkobo, were you able to hear that question?
I don't understand what he said. Could you repeat for me?
I really wanted to explain how you managed to contain some of the challenges, those challenges you explained you passed through. I can get some little explanation.
So how were you able to,
Yes.
how were you able to face these challenges?
I have able to face challenges.
Yes.
I think it's very important and indispensable for all persons who want to grow to face on challenges, because the main tools of a leader are these challenges I present in my communication. And if you want to grow and to grow exponentially, it's the very way for someone to succeed.
Tamba Benjamin, were you able to fix your microphone? No, we still cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Please go
All
ahead.
right, okay. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Lambert. Really, my own concern is not really a question, but I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Konkobo for a very, very inspiring presentation he made. And indeed, I really agreed with him that to be in the path of exponential growth is when you are able to overcome some of those challenges and with determination and commitment can really make you grow exponentially. And I quite agree that he mentioned about influences. Those influences could be good, could also be bad influences at times. It's not in all categories that they are good. But bad influences also can be an inspiring goals, can be an inspiring circumstances that can inspire you, that can trigger you to grow exponentially. And many a time when you find yourself in a very difficult circumstance, in a very difficult situations, all is not lost. And it's a time of reflection. It's a time for you to sit back and look at the opportunities you have and how you can make use of those ones that are available. And that is the situation wherein you can find yourself at an exponential path to grow. Many a time it's difficult. That is why I find it very interesting to relate with AIU. What AIU is doing for the globe is really creating the path for people to grow. And it is left with you how determined and committed you are to be self-committed, and find the road that you can find those opportunities, like where AIU is. Many a time, it's not from comfort zone. You don't find, you don't see yourself in a comfort zone all the time to be an exponentially growing person. My own situation is just aligned from what I heard from Dr. Konkobo. I was in a comfort zone, and I never knew I have opportunities. But there arises a circumstance when I find myself in a very difficult situation, then I fell back and look at the situation. What can I do? How can I fix myself up? Then I was able to look out for AIU. And to be frank to the globe and to participants in this symposium, that I have found it necessary that in the midst of difficulties lies opportunities. And you can grow when you are determined, when you are committed, and when you have a vision, you want to know what you want to be. Then the sky becomes your limit. So, in a nutshell, that's why I admire also his conclusion statement, in which he captured all of those ideas. That's what interests me the most. He captured those ideas that sometimes situations are difficult, circumstances are not good, but those circumstances can catapult you to an exponential growth rather than an arithmetic way. So I'm impressed, and I want to say thank you, Dr. Konkobo, for sharing a very glamoring experience. And it is good, AIU also, that you are making the globe, you are making us to be able to know our potentials. You know, you are creating the platform. I've never got an opportunity like this. And having it, yes, so having it now is just like what we are talking about on exponential growth. So thank you very much. And let's continue to enjoy. And thank you, Dr. Konkobo, for a very inspiring presentation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tamba Benjamin Kamara.
Okay, let's now go to Mike Okonkwo. He has his camera on. Let's go ahead and unmute your microphone so you can ask your question. There you go. Nope. Can you unmute your microphone?
Dr. Edouard.
Yes, Dr. Konkobo.
I want to shake the hand of Mr. Tamba Benjamin.
Okay, please.
Yes, because he tells very, very truth, and it tells what I want to hear. It's very, very important. But he speaks about obstacles. But in my presentation, I can take all obstacles I met on my way, but I take only some of them. But if I want to speak about financial obstacle, it was a very, very, very big obstacle for me. But I recognize that AIU encouraged me a long time and accompanied me to reach these difficulties, these obstacles. And it's very, very important. I agree with Mr. Tamba also. And when you have challenges in front of you, it's important for someone to look for solutions in all parts to reach his goals. That's why I want to add in my comments. Thank you, Dr. Edouard.
Thank you, Dr. Konkobo, for following up with that. Let's go to Mike Konkobo.
Let me start by congratulating Dr. Konkobo. He's a man who envisaged his future and he tried to create it. He made up his mind to become a doctor of science much earlier in life. And despite all odds, the death of father, the death of the family, he has gone ahead to achieve that particular objective. And thank God, AIU offered him another opportunity to do it. So, Dr. Konkobo, I want to congratulate you. Let me ask you a question, Dr. Konkobo. Surely, English is not your first language, but you have actually struggled through it very well. Would you not say or think that your switch was part of your exponential growth, and how did you overcome that? How did you achieve that? We would like to know.
Yes.
I would like to know that, how you did that, because English is not your first language, definitely, but you have managed to overcome that challenge, and your presentation is in good English. You've done very well there. So would you not consider that switch part of your exponential growth, and how did you manage to achieve that?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Michael Konko. You are very right, because I'm Frenchman, and at school, all my courses are in French. But in my the first cycle of my studies, I learned English in my way, but it isn't sufficient. Just to tell good morning, and I like water, and some teas. It's very light. But
yes, I'm ready.
I'm very interested.
Mr. Edward, I'm very
When I understand someone speak English, I'm very enlightened, and I want to do the same. And I take several books and try to speak, to read, first to read, to speak, and to hear. And I read a very big book with your compatriot, in your a Nigerian who writes the book named Things Fall Apart. Yes, and it's a very good book for me, because it's very simple. And I buy also a dictionary, trying to translate the very big words for me. And after I take courses, I pay to take some courses at American Language Center at Ouagadougou, and I do 10 sessions to learn English. And others, I got an opportunity to go to Sweden for my certificate in chemical management. And there, I take opportunities to try to improve my English. After, I got also another opportunity to go to Uganda. There, we speak also English. And then when I come back, I organized another travel to Ghana, near from Burkina Faso, and I stayed there 1 month, 3 times, 4 times, and after, I think it's that's why I can express in English. But I think I don't speak very well in English. I try to do my best. That's why I want also to stay at AIU to improve my English and to learn about educational system in there. Thank you very much.
Dr. Konkobo, your English is wonderful. It's excellent.
Oh, Mr. Edouard.
I did not know.
Yeah.
I did not know you had to learn so much English. Your English is great.
Okay. Thank you, but I don't think I speak very well. I speak English very well. I think I speak little, but if you find I well express English, I think I'm very glad.
Well, we only have a few more minutes. Let's go to the next question from Olo Runtoba Peter Olatunde. Are you able to activate your microphone and ask your question? No, not yet. Francis Bonful, are you able to? There you go.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Francis. Please.
Good presentation. I'm
Okay.
very
Thank
impressed
you.
about your presentation.
Okay.
But I want to know from you, have you reached the peak of your exponential growth? What are your future plans?
Please repeat for me.
Have you reached the peak of your exponential growth? Or
Okay.
you have some new plans for the future? Are you thinking of continuing your exponential growth from here? Or this is the limit of your exponential growth?
Okay, the limit of my exponential growth. Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Francis. Yes, I think exponential growth have also limits because in the cycle of life of everything, they can see a growth, an exponential growth, but also a limit with the limiting factors. And when you attempt this level, I think it's the end of your growth, and you have to go down, yes, to decrease. But I think now I don't think I arrived in my limit now. I think I meet some obstacles, I meet difficulties, but I think I have enough tongue to fight. I have enough tools to go through difficulties. But now I have a family, and my children are growing now. The first is staying at Morocco at university, and I need also some money to support them. And now it's very difficult for me to gather money and continue now my studies. But I think I don't leave the fight. I think I arrived where I want to go. Okay, Mr. Francis.
Thank you. I'm okay.
Thank you. We are now running out of time for this presentation, so we're going to move on to the next presentation. But continue your questions in chat. Dr. Konkobo, if you can look through chat, go through, there's some questions that people have been posting for a while. So go ahead and scroll up, and you can see a lot more questions, and answer people's questions in chat. There's a question about how do you recognize someone who is growing? If you need a role model to see someone who is growing, how do you recognize someone who is growing? How do you overcome challenges? And there's many more questions down there for you.
Okay.
So let's give applause for Dr. Konkobo and his presentation. Sometimes it's not easy to go first in a symposium, but you did it.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Konkobo. Do you want to say anything more before we end?
I want also to thank all participants of this symposium. To thank also Dr. Edouard, the facilitator of this symposium. And I think this platform is very, the better to express experiences and to learn about the others. And I think I try to do my best to participate also in others' conferences, inviting also the others to participate in sharing their experiences for the others also. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure listening to your story of growth. And it was a very good question from, I think, Francis, about have you reached the limit of your growth and are you still growing? Because you've done so much growth. Can you still continue to grow? That's a good question for everybody to think about. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Edouard.